If you have an F-Series BMW with the N20, N26, or N55, you have an intercooler that looks just like this, which is great for a commuter car with stock power. However, if you are looking to add power and turn up the boost, this is going to rob you of peak performance. So today, we're going to show you how to install ProTuningFreaks all-new race intercoolers. Hey, this is Brian. Thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and check us out at KiesMotorsports.com. In today's video, we're going to show you how to replace your wimpy stock intercooler with ProTuningFreaks all-new race intercooler. Now, before we jump into the DIY install, I just want to tell you a little bit about what makes this so cool. So first off, the problem with the stock intercooler is that, especially once you start to turn up the boost, it can't keep up, and what can happen is your IATs, your intake air temperatures, can start to soar. The problem with that is the more heat that your car is detecting, it's going to mess with your timing and it's going to reduce your power. So what you can do is you can add an upgraded intercooler like the one from ProTuningFreaks we have here, which is going to improve your IATs and your power levels. So even just initially looking at it, you can tell that the ProTuningFreaks race intercoolers are over double the internal capacity of the OEM one, but what you can't see is they actually flow 20% better to give you better airflow and cooling. Now, as far as compatibility is concerned, these work with any F chassis 1 Series, 2 Series, 3 Series, 4 Series with the N20, N26, or N55 in it. Today, we're going to be showing you on our N26 328. However, if you have an N55 or one of those other engines, the install process is exactly the same as what we're going to show you today. For the finishes, they come in two different colors. They come in the black or they come in the silver, which is what we're going to be installing in our 328 today. And these are highly recommended if you have any level of tuning, whether you have stage 1 or you have a gigantic turbo. So without further ado, let's get started with the install process. We'll walk you through step by step. All right, the first part of the process is we need to get the front of the car off the ground. Now, if you're doing this at home, you're probably just going to use a jack and jack stands or ramps. However, for better visibility for you, we're going to use a lift and put the car up in the air. All right, so once you have the front end of the car safely lifted off the ground, what you want to do is remove all of these 8 mils that hold the belly pan in place. So as you can see, mine is missing some. This is the first time we've worked on this car. Well, I guess second time. It looks like mine's missing some. So remove however many 8mm screws you have. All right, once you've removed all of the screws, you just take it, slide it out from the bumper, and then tilt it down away from you. There's typically going to be a lot of junk in the belly pan, so just be very careful with your eyes. Now, before we get started with the actual installation, let me just give you a quick rundown. It's really only 2 C-clips and 2 T25s, and then the intercooler comes out, so it's pretty easy. But let me talk about it with you first. So if you look over here, you have a boost pipe. This is the pipe that goes from the turbocharger to your intercooler, which is this silver piece over here in front of your fan. Now, with this installation, we're going to do it the easiest way possible. We're just going to, when we install the new one, we're just going to bend this little shroud out, push it in so you don't have to remove the bumper or anything. So you have essentially a C-clip over here that needs to be removed, and I'll show you how to do that. And then on the other side, this is your main charge pipe. So basically your pressurized air starts at the turbo, goes through your intercooler, up the charge pipe, and then into your throttle body. So you have a C-clip over here, C-clip over there, and then over here, there is a very rusty T25 that's going to get replaced. And then over here, you have another T25. And then once you do that, you're gonna pull it down. There's normally a lot of dirt, leaves, and bugs in it. So make sure to wear eye protection. All right, first thing we need to do, remove this C-clip. If you look in here, you will notice that there is a little groove. And if you try to just pull it out, it's going to get stuck. So what you need to do, you need to just wiggle this forward, and then the more you wiggle it forward, you will be able to pop it out. Just like that. And then we're gonna pop this side out. And then we're just gonna make sure everything is nice and loose. I'm gonna put it over there just like that. And then this is gonna pop back. Now, what you can do now is you can reset your C-clip so that it just pops on super easy just by going like that. And as you can see, it's going to hook into the groove here. here, and also over here. So that is already disconnected, so let's do the other side. So I'm gonna take my pick tool, put a little pressure on it, and I'm going to pull this a little bit forward so that we can start to pop it out, just like that. Loosen the clip on this side. Use your tool to loosen the clip on the other side. And then with this side, it's plastic from the factory, which is a problem that we're gonna address in another video. But you can normally still just wiggle it loose a little bit. Okay. And then you can clip that back on and leave that there, just like that. Now what you can do, take a T25 and remove the screw over here. And with your ProTuningFreaks intercooler, it's actually going to include new ones that are a little bit longer. So this will not be reused. Now what you want to do, just so it doesn't fall on your face, it normally won't, but always be cautious. You want to support the intercooler and then remove your other T25. Okay. So as you can see, it didn't fall on my face. But this is where it gets really dirty, so make sure you have some kind of glasses on. But we're just going to take the intercooler and we're just going to very carefully pull it straight down. Whoa! I just got hit in the face with that. Why is there a 3-inch deck screw in my... Oh man, what else is in here? All right. Wiggle it down, there you go. Told you, look at all that crap on there. Always be careful. All right, so now what you can do, grab your intercooler. If you do have a second person, it's going to make it a little bit easier, but I'm gonna show you how to do it with just one person in case you're doing it by yourself. So what we're going to need to do now is you're going to need to pull down this shroud a little bit to get it started, and it's just going to go right up into this gap, nice and neat. You're probably going to just need to gently pull back on your fan a little bit. Don't over stress it, but you're gonna just need to move it a little bit out of the way. So what you can do, start to navigate it up. And then like I was saying, pull the shroud out of the way. You can start to just take your fan and just pull it over this little lip here, like that. And that's going to give you a lot more room to work. Then what you can do is just start to push it up, navigate it out of the way. If you want to look over here, I'll show you a little tip. When you're feeding this up, you want to make sure A, it's not hitting this piece of metal, and B, you want to start to navigate it into the actual charge pipe like that. Otherwise, what can happen is it can get hung up. So same thing on this side. Once you get the other side situated, make sure you're not hitting anything like the plastic or whatnot, and then start to navigate it into your charge pipe. And then you can just start to pivot and push it up. And then once you get to this point, you gotta make sure everything is lining up. Just make sure that you just keep pushing it straight up. Okay, and then you're gonna get to this point. It's not hooked in or anything like that, but the shroud will pretty much hold it in place. Just be careful because it is possible for it to pop out. So it doesn't do that on me. I'm just going to clip the charge pipe. So if you want to take a look over here, I'm gonna reach my hand up the charge pipe and clip it in. You can see it clips in super easy and nice. And then we'll do the same on the other side. I'm gonna be a little bit more in your way. So that way, at least the charge pipes are holding it. And if it was to fall, it won't really go that far. So now what you want to do is push the intercooler up and then use the extended screws that are provided. Okay, put that one in. And the same thing on the other side. You want to just push this up and then install that just like that. And at this point, your intercooler is fully installed. Now, when you're doing this, make sure that these little tabs right there go around your fan shroud like that. What can happen sometimes is if it's underneath, it gets a little bit funky, and then you have to pull it back down to put it in this groove. But once you've done that, you're basically just ready to put the belly pan back on and you're done. And that's how easy it is to install ProTuningFreaks all new race intercooler. in your F Series BMW with the N20, the N26, or N55. As I said, whether you have an M2 with the N55 or 328, exact same process. And then once you're done the install, there's no other programming. You don't need a special tune or anything. It is just ready to go. So fire it up and then go for a drive and test it out. So once again, my name is Brian, that's Zach behind the camera. Thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. If you like today's video, give us a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and check us out at kiesmotorsports.com. And for intercooler links to what we installed today, be sure to see the links down in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.